In these next few videos we're going to be talking about information systems. To start with, we're going to discuss types of organisations, and we're going to have a key focus on information needs. So if we start by thinking about similar organisations, we look at something like a small local shop, and a small local shop obviously has information needs. In order for the shop to run, it needs particular information. It might need things like stock. It might need things like the delivery addresses of those people that have newspapers delivered. If we then compare this to a similar organisation, so if we have a look at something like a supermarket, again very similar to a shop, a small local shop, but probably on a grander scale, the supermarket, just like the shop, also has information needs. It needs information in order to run. It might need similar information to that of a small local shop. For example, it too will need to know about stock. It's an information need. However, similar organisations, depending on different factors, for example size, will have different information needs. So for example, a supermarket might want to have comparison figures of different branches within a national region. They might also want to know about customer loyalty. They might want to know about company-wide offers. So if we look at customer loyalty, supermarkets might implement a loyalty card system, whereas you wouldn't tend to find that with a local shop. And company-wide offers, that's not something that a local small shop would probably need to worry about in terms of information needs. So organisations, however different, have similar information needs, but some organisations, depending on different factors, for example size and type, have different information needs. And if you remember, the key focus for this video is information needs, but we're linking that to the types of organisation. So let's take a look at the types of organisations that we need to look at. There are three main different types of organisations, and they are commercial, industrial, and public. And each of these different types of organisations will have different information needs. Let's start by taking a look at the differences between these different types of organisations. So let's take commercial for example. Commercial organisations, they tend to buy products at a cheap price and then they sell them for a profit. Other commercial organisations might supply a service. So for example, a solicitor provides a service to a client. Other examples are retailers, banks, wholesalers, or web design companies. Their core focus is to make a profit. They're driven by making a profit. If we then go and have a look at another type of organisation, for example industrial, the main function of an industrial organisation is to manufacture products or process raw materials or be involved in construction. So for example, we could look at a car manufacturers. The main thing that they do is they produce a product or a material or a structure and they sell it to make a profit. So other industrial organisations are house builders, chemical manufacturers, quarries. They again are driven by profit. We then have public service organisations, another type of organisation. The main aim of a public service organisation is to provide the public with goods and services from a public fund. So for example, the public pay tax and VAT, it goes to the government, and the government will invest those funds into hospitals. Producing a profit is not an aim of these organisations. Other public service organisations include things like schools, police, and armed forces. Again, they are not driven by making a profit. Their aim is to obtain maximum benefit for the public. So let's go back to our key focus, information needs. Different types of organisations all have their own information needs. For example, a solicitors, they would require client's personal details. They would require profit per client. They would require success rates. They would require competitive prices. If we then go and have a look at the information needs of an industrial organisation, they might need things like cost of materials, delivery dates, times. Public service organisations might need similar information to the commercial organisations, such as patients' personal details, public opinions, and national comparisons. When we talk about types of organisations, we need to remember that types of organisations have different information needs. And as long as we remember that, we'll have a good understanding of information and systems.